What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. In the last episode, we made it through the Nord Mines, battled the dragon, and now we're at camp. So we are going to keep moving on with the story. We learned a little bit about the prince's attack, what happened that night, who was there, who wasn't there, a little bit more about Grius as well. But we're gonna progress the story.
Huh? I'm pretty sure I fell asleep.
Well, then it's just as I thought. While you're asleep, our connection is much stronger. You wield your magic with ever more confidence. Splendid. As I mentioned previously, the archetype grows and develops anew through encounters with others. Look for those bearing the nobility and presence of the heroes and kings of old. More virtuous than the weight of any crown or medal is the burden you place on your own path forward. The more comrades and supporters who stand beside you, the more your power will deepen as you soar to new heights. One day, if the people join hands and seize the freedom to decide their own future with their own power just as you do, that is my ideal world.
Hold on. What do you mean, supporters? We're trying to keep out of the public eye here.
I mentioned before, did I not? There is no hero without allies, only a single voice in opposition. In other words, even archetypes have their own strengths and weaknesses. They'll be of little use if used thoughtlessly. Life and death are seconds apart on the battlefield. Be attentive, mindful, and strategic. Only then can you emerge victorious. When you feel unsure how to proceed, I recommend you stop, assess your surroundings, and think. The smallest observation is often our greatest inspiration. Well, it's almost dawn. I will be watching with great anticipation. Until we meet again. The royal funeral draws ever closer. 4 days remain. Good.
King's funeral's coming up, is it not? We should hurry back to Grand Trad. Alright, so is this still linear?
This place here.
Keep on rolling back to Grand Trad for the funeral. We'll need to catch a carriage soon if we want to make it to the royal capital.
Let's go.
We can wait no longer. Are you ready?
Great.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's move out.
My thoughts exactly. Stroll.
Escaping the dragon's threat in the Nord Mines, the party shakes their pursuers amidst the discovery of great powers. To make up for lost time, they risk hiring a coach to secret them the rest of the way to the capital. The royal funeral draws ever closer. 2 days remain.
Finally, we found a ride. Looks like we should make it in time for the funeral after all.
Last time we rode in a public carriage, it was hit by bandits. A pack of Louis zealots, too, if I remember. Talk about a nasty surprise.
You've come a ways since then. Any bandits who set on us now are in for a nasty surprise.
Reminds me of the road to the fort, sitting there in the cart. Never could have imagined you and I would be the only survivors. Strange. How fast life can change.
It'll only get tougher from here on out.
Oh, I wasn't really complaining. I know what I signed up for.
The last couple days have certainly been eventful. Almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Well, plenty of people live their lives without taking a single step outside their city. But we haven't the luxury of ignorance, I suppose.
We're almost to the capital. Quiet now, and stay sharp.
Milady! Welcome back, and thank you for making the trip.
After so long, I am only surprised anyone remained here who yet remembered me.
Surely you jest, milady.
Pay me no mind. I heard of the king's death. The skyline is full of unfamiliar figures. 'Tis a testament to how long I've been away.
It's the guard that's changed the most. It's just chaos and politics there, arguing over matters of succession. Feels like we've lost sight of who we're even protecting. Not to mention talk of monsters at the border. We've nowhere near enough soldiers to deal with them on top of everything else.
After tomorrow, the city will calm. Once the formality of the funeral is past, a new king will be crowned. After which, I suppose there'll be no further need of a search party. Not many even remember we were searching in the first place.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. One day remains. Escaping the Nord mines, the party hailed a horse-drawn coach and returns now to Grand Trad, capital of Euchornia, the day before the royal funeral. As they gaze upon the city, flags of mourning fluttering in the wind, the magnitude of their mission exacts its toll on the heart.
The fog's rolling in. Rain's the last thing we need.
Can this funeral withstand more misfortune? I've heard they don't have enough soldiers to keep the peace.
Oh, it'll be fine. All the aristocrats are bringing their own personal guards. I imagine boredom's the worst we need to worry about.
Let's not draw attention to ourselves. There's a hostelry tucked at the back of Sunshade Row, the Hushed Honeybee Inn. We'll talk details once we're there.
Here we go.
Grease went ahead. Let's hurry after him.
That's terribly unfair.
Alright. So there isn't much to do in Grand Trad at this point. Nothing's really open to us yet. So we're just gonna do a straight shot down to the honeybee.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
So this is Sunshade Road. Seems a fine place to disappear from primaries.
Got it.
But where's the inn? You suppose we should ask around? Yeah. Probably should.
Damn.
That accursed landlord. Told him my mother comes tomorrow and he still springs all this work on me.
Hey.
Hey you, fancy a riddle? Where is one sure to find the kind-hearted in this country? Well? No idea. Right up on this gallows there. Yes, the people hanging there were good, virtuous people. A true villain never faces judgment, no matter their crimes.
Well...
By the way, you're not from the capital, are you? What brings you to this cesspool of a city? Well, we don't have a good view of the capital. And then on
Yeah.
Sunshine Road. Ah, the honeybee. What business might you have there? We have a very dark look on the world.
Dreadful.
We need to go this
Dreadful.
way. There's a specific reason I
The
talked
crowd
to
on this street looks
that
pretty rough.
specific person.
What is it?
We'll find out later.
Watch out for pickpockets. You can bet they'll all see you as an easy mark.
I think we learned our lesson, Gallica.
Oh.
Grius, we heard all the soldiers of the fort got annihilated, but not you. I see a stubborn old bastard. About that. Don't you worry. Nearly all of Sunshade Road is in your debt. None of us here will go running our mouths now.
What now?
One thing I I should have done it at the camp. Don't make the same mistake I did. So Grius leaves your party. If you are playing on your own, it is advised that if you have any special equipment on him, that
What
you
now?
take it off prior to leaving camp.
This place.
This is the Hush Honeybee Inn.
Got it.
Finally, a place to get proper rest. Something good's cooking too. I can smell it. Let's hurry inside.
You're back.
Papa, welcome home.
Well, hello, my Maria. I trust you've been staying out of trouble. These are, well, new recruits. Just enlisted.
So young. It's good to meet you. I'm Fabienne. This inn is my business and my home. Manners, Maria.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm wasting away over here. Where's my order?
Maria, could you handle that?
Yes, right away.
You're back sooner than I thought. Something happened.
Something bad. Barely any survivors.
I see.
I didn't know Grius had a daughter.
I know I've already asked so much of you, but would you mind looking after Maria a little while longer?
Of course. It wouldn't be the honeybee without her. Now, as for the rest of you, after braving the frontiers with this curmudgeon, I'm sure you would welcome a warm supper.
Once we're done, we'll head upstairs.
It's so good.
Oh, spicy. I can't feel my tongue.
Oh, pipe down and eat, boy.
That was delicious, especially the meat. I wasn't expecting it to have such a kick, but it grows on you fast.
Red grass roasted beedou. Bird meat. One of her hometown specialities. She's risked a lot to shelter me and to help the resistance. I owe her more than I can say.
You said we were short-handed, but are we really the only ones?
I know we've plenty of independent agents fighting in their own ways, but it seems none could avail themselves to us, which means we're the only ones who can do this.
Still, killing Louis. That's not going to be an easy feat.
Grius, do you have a plan? Fill us in.
Midway through the funeral, in broad daylight. That's insane.
It's risky, to be sure, but we'll never find a better chance at confronting the man directly. Don't worry. I'll be the only one getting close to him. I'll need you to draw Luis's attention from a different location. All I need is an opening. And don't rely on your fancy powers for this, all right? It'll attract too much attention. Killing a man and slaying a beast are two very different things. This is all I need.
You're joking. You and that kitchen knife against an archmage. Isn't there anything we can do to help?
No, you'll just get in the way. Besides, this kitchen knife can slit his throat like the swine he is. A fast kill, if not a clean one. It's nothing I've not done before. Give me my opening, and the man's dead.
All right.
Not much of a choice, I suppose.
One last thing. Keep Maria company a while, would you? The girl gets lonely on her own.
Aren't you at least going to tuck her in?
You've got to prepare tonight. Too much still needs doing. And best that it's done as far from her as possible.
And there's his fatherly side, I suppose. Sorry, but I'm going to bed early. I need a full night's rest if I don't want to be a liability.
Well, we've all been short on time to ourselves, but I'd feel bad leaving Maria all alone. Shall we go check in on her, at least?
Look at that.
So now we have our next little side thing. They point you in this direction. I would advise not skipping it and go do it.
Did you need something?
I was thinking we could play a game.
Play a game? But it's already nighttime. Oh, I just remembered. Papa said you have a strange book, and that I should ask to see it.
You like books, huh?
Well, I haven't ever seen one before, so I was wondering what they're like.
Want to read it together?
Really? Oh, but I still have work to do.
Don't worry, Maria. I can handle this crowd. You have fun reading upstairs.
Really?
Yes. You did a very good job today.
Let's read then. There's so many pictures. Are all books like this? Miss Fabienne taught me how to read a little. She said it helps with keeping the inn running.
That's pretty impressive that you know how to read.
Well, I can't do lots of hard words, but I like learning new ones. Plus, I like when people say I'm clever, so I've got to work really, really hard. Papa always says not to go into his room, so I wait for him a lot. I'm good at waiting.
You're a strong girl, Maria.
I know Papa's always busy with work, but I'm happy when he comes home. Thank you. It was fun talking to you.
Let's do this again sometime.
Really? You don't mind talking to me? Then it's a promise. You're helping Papa with his job, aren't you? So, be safe. I've heard his job can be really dangerous.
She must be feeling anxious herself, but she's still concerned from the bottom of her heart about our safety. I feel comforted by Maria's kind-hearted nature.
The pure-hearted maiden, Maria. Within her dwells the virtue of the healer. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Thank you.
Alright, so with Maria, we unlock the healer archetype. You're gonna want this going into the first main dungeon of the game. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the healer from Maria.
I wonder if Papa will stay for longer this time. It'd be sad if he had to leave right away.
I'm sure it'll work out.
Okay. I think I'll try to read a little bit more, and then I'll go find Miss Fabian and go to bed. Alright, I'll try to read this part now. In this country, the something king hears the voices of the city and protects their way of life. What's this say?
Society's purpose is to protect its citizens. This is a basic principle of this utopia. All are equal, all live in safety, and the rich and poor are as one, with no gaps, no conflict. All are friends, deserving of help. Basically, it's a place where there's no fighting, and everyone always gets along.
Wow. Where is this place? No one gets left alone there, right? I wish I could go. Can I read a little more?
We're probably not going to bed anytime soon.
As dawn breaks, so begins the procession to the Grand Cathedral.
The King's casket has left the castle. The procession will take the main streets to its destination, the Grand Cathedral. I'll have you blend in with the guards posted there. On my mark, you'll create a distraction. Draw Louis's attention.
What, with the soldiers? But our uniforms are...
I had Fabienne patch them up.
In the state they were in? That must have taken all night. Let me see.
Thanks for keeping Maria company yesterday. I'd appreciate if it wasn't the last time.
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
I appreciate it. The girl just has trouble making friends is all. We're gonna split up as soon as we leave. At the Grand Cathedral, we'll pose as guards to cause a commotion. I leave the rest to you.
I'll see to everything here, don't worry.
Papa?
I'll be back tonight. Be a good girl while I'm gone, eh?
We can read a little more from my book, all right?
Really?
Once we're back, let's all have dinner together.
Yes, please.
Be careful.
See you soon.
Once it's over, we'll regroup back here at night. I'm counting on you.
We'll do our best. Right then. Let's get ourselves ready, then head for the Grand Cathedral.
Alright, R1 to local map shows the icons of where each facility is located. Weapon shop, armor shop, general store, magic shop. The magic shops are only open at night, so you're not going to be able to access them at this point. To get to the Grand Cathedral, we've got to head down Solomeo Street, and then turn right and we get to the square in front of the gallows. There should be some shops selling weapons or armor on our way, so let's stop by. If you can't find them, your map should help.
Oh.
Gallica's gonna give you all the information.
That reminds me.
What is it?
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing I am gonna do.
Huh.
The game kind of took care of that for me. We need to stop by more. We need to go to Academia before we proceed further. I don't know why, but I sense Moore's presence over there. Does that mean this place is peaceful enough that you can connect to Academia? Come to think of it, I might find a new power. I should go to academia when I can. We're going there.
Now, where was I?
I feel Moore's presence.
Fascinating.
So you've a new archetype, have you? I expected nothing less. Please, do not hesitate to inform me if you wish to study it. So, we're gonna get two things here. Thank you for coming. You seem to be walking your own path, as I expected you would. Splendid.
Well then.
I realize this is sudden, but there's something I wanted to ask you regarding the power you're all gifted with. About archetypes. I have a task I'd like you to undertake.
What?
What do you mean by task?
All right.
To stand fearless in the face of change that may not only alter your form, but reveal the heroic qualities you embody. That, indeed, is the truth of archetypes. The heroes of our kingdom's history all showed glimpses of such power, though not to the extent you have. Yet now, their tales are largely forgotten, fables and obscurity.
That means...
A hero standing alone is no hero at all, but a simple discerner. Without the support of others, their ideals are soon buried beneath history's weight, and their lives go unnoticed. The same holds true for archetypes. An archetype will only reach their ultimate power once you obtain and unite many heroic embodiments. If you can achieve this, my dreams shall too be fulfilled. In this way, I am sure we can take the first step toward the ideal world I described in my novel.
Because you see...
Researching this power is vital for me as well. For our first task, I'd like you to cultivate the heroic embodiment of the healer. I'm certain the task will be a fruitful opportunity for you to hone what draws others to you. That is to say, your outwardly royal virtue.
This one's important.
So, for those who have played Persona 5, and Persona 4, and Persona 3. More will give you quests similar to Elizabeth and Lavenza and Margaret in the Velvet Room as ways to expand your use of specific archetypes. And get used to using different ways of battle. You want this because this is how you're going to advance Moore's follower level. Every time you complete a quest for him, it will count as a rank. Just like the Strength Arcana in Persona 5.
Please.
You need but complete your task and speak with me. That act alone gave me boundless understanding. I gotcha. Leave it to me. Thank you for coming so quickly to your decision.
Yes, that's right.
A confrontation with your enemy nemesis is inevitable, is it not? For all your plans and devices, one day you will have to face and fight Count Louis.
But for that...
To that end, you must seek to understand new and stronger archetypes and research the way their powers complement each other. Chance encounters often spur a hero to grow, and indeed change the very world around them. As we share a fantasy of ideals, surely I too will share in this growth.
This research.
And when that happens, my memories may gradually return. The king's seal upon them may fade. Such is where this place is, and why the king confided me here. Through research, you gain more power, and I regain my memories. And ultimately, we reach the utopia I dream of. A mutual beneficial agreement, no? Already your efforts have done much for my research. Now, there is more I can do to
How
assist you.
delightful.
If an archetype has learned a skill, I can make it inheritable by other archetypes. I can show you whenever you like. In this way, your encounters with others will become a source of even greater strength.
Regards.
Let us face these hardships together. I have high hopes that for your future endeavors.
Welcome.
Skill inheritance. We see this a lot in Atlus, right? You get a new demon persona archetype, and then you can inherit skills onto those new creatures. Same thing here. You can spend mag to inherit a skill. It unlocks it from a previous archetype. Once you unlock it, you can then put it on any archetype for free. And you can set each archetype. So first, I do have mag. First, we want to inherit the healer.
Fascinating. This right here. All right.
Yeah, the inheritance is not cheap in the beginning.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
I hear the voices of past hero souls. Oh, worthy heart, who tempers anxiety into strength. If thou art prepared to reach out a hand to any in need, even amidst the chaos of battle, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the hero.
Really?
So this is the power of the hero's soul. I feel the power of restoration and the light within me. I will help others. For anyone in need, I will do all in my power.
Good. I'm still getting stronger.
So I am going to change to the healer because we're going to need it. And so in order to inherit skills, you're going to highlight that archetype, hit square, and then you can set skills at the bottom. So some of these may not make sense in the beginning, like white dodge on a healer who resists light. That's kind of so that you can inherit it onto others. We're going to go ahead and inherit Tarakaja. So that we can buff. Actually gonna inherit fire onto Stroll. And yes, that's gonna take up most of my mag. And there is a menu for inherit skills so that you can just go straight in there and do it. But going into this next dungeon, you want to have healer because you need it at rank 10 or at level 10 to complete Moore's request. And the dungeon is going to be a great place to do it because most of your enemies, spoiler alert, are going to be weak to light.
That's a good kitty.
Hmm? Don't usually see this kind of cat in the city, huh?
This cat, you see.
Cute, isn't he? His name is Plateau. He's the only solace I have, as I'm correct. Looks like Plateau wants to give me something. Yeah, so pet him the first time you get the chance in Academia. He'll give you hero incense.
That's a good boy.
Oh, it looks like he's taking a shine to you. That's a valuable item, so do hold on to it. Those are going to be your best friends.
Oh.
Because you can use them to level up archetypes without having to use them. So, they're really good throughout the game, and they get better throughout the game.
You'll come again, won't you?
Then I bid you farewell and good luck. Alright, so with that in mind, now that we've spent all of our mag, gotten the archetype we need.
You've come at a good time.
Hey now, elder lad. That's a nice sword you got there. Relax, I'm no thief, but that sword says you're a mercenary, so I've got a little proposal for you. You must have picked up some mag from fighting monsters, yeah? If you're not using it, let me take it off your hands. By mag, I'm talking about tiny mag crystal shards. I buy them up on order of the Sanctus Church.
Don't miss your chance to sell now.
The accumulators out there gather it too, but I say they're inefficient. Anyway, what else would you use it for? Pretty sweet deal I'm offering.
Isn't that
mag? Isn't that the currency we use to study archetypes in Academia? If you're really strapped for money, you could exchange mag here. You need both though, so I'll leave it up to you. I've never used the mag dealers, but they're there if you need them.
Welcome!
Oh, what a rare customer. Sorry, but we'll be closing soon because of the royal funeral, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Now then.
Welcome!
10,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hang on
Now
to
then.
that mining uniform and purify it here in a little bit.
Hello there.
Royal funeral's being held today, so I've got to close up shop soon to mourn in my own way. If you're looking to make a purchase, get on with it, please. Picky. Alright, No. Because I don't need to be in the Seeker right now.
What now?
In the menu. Don't forget to switch over to Healer before you go to the Royal Feast.
The power of healing.
So now I'm gonna go back in here. So it's gonna suggest your attack and defense based on what archetype you have equipped. So if you know you're gonna be in a different archetype, then I would switch to that archetype prior to making purchases. Unless you know exactly what weapon you need. So like before I was in the Seeker and it said that the Iron Sword was a higher attack power. Now that I'm in the Healer, it's the Apprentice's Mace. So bear that in mind. I'm actually gonna be fine, I think. Because I still need to come up here and I still need to go here.
And what is it you want?
The king wouldn't have looked twice at me, but you can't help but feel sad. Anyway, you making a purchase today? So, Adrani's threads are like the return talismans for dungeons. This is how you get back to the beginning. This is why I did not get that staff. Because I knew I would want to grab potions. I think we're good.
Eh?
You keep away from me.
Stay there.
They're so mean. And one thing that is very apparent in the beginning of this game, and generally throughout the game, Atlus did not shy away from prejudice in this game. And it's very much at the forefront along with the political battle. And in a way, I was kind of shocked at first, but knowing how Atlus tells stories within their games, I understood where they were going pretty quickly. It's an interesting dynamic.
Wind up here.
Dear me.
There, but
All right then.
I do want to go here. Can I do this without triggering the cutscene?
Oh my.
Maybe.
It's quite fresh.
Sorry to break it to you. We're putting a close-up shop early today. We're mourning for the king and all. Okay, so these fruit cordials that are in every city, buy them up. This is the only source of MP recovery that you can get out in the overworld in towns. So each water vendor will have a specific number. Usually it's 3, but I would buy them and hold on to them because MP's an issue like I said, in those early dungeons. So having those is going to benefit you, especially if you're trying to clear the dungeon in one day. What's up, Parapus woman? What's it like inside? I got this friend working for a nice family. She'll get to watch the royal funeral from the good seats. She reminds me kind of like the 80s met the 2000s. I don't know. Her outfit kind of weirds me out. But, alright. Let's get on with this funeral. It's gonna be a little bit of a lengthy cutscene, so I will just shut up and let it happen.
Got it?
It's time to sneak in. Are you ready? Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Let's find somewhere out of sight where we can change.
Lots of lords and nobles. Some generals, too. All the big names are here.
Can you see Grius?
I can pick him out. Although I don't see Luis around.
Look there!
The call! What is this?
Isn't that the flower straight from the king's garden?
And a common-blooded man bearing them to a funeral? Does the man know no shame? That's tantamount to declaring himself royalty.
You barbarian!
Your fool of a king is dead! Disillusioned by vain aristocrats and simpering clergy, he withered and died under his own weakness.
The audacity!
How can he say that?
This is madness! At the king's own funeral!
Lord Louis speaks true! The nobles are to blame!
Names are guilty!
But open your eyes, and you will see the crisis in our nation. I will show you truth, the truth of reality. You've all been sheltered, blinded by walls of stone. Behold a human corpse! They are no mere rumor. They lurk and nest across the very land you call home. A fortress at the border was raised by a human mere days ago. How long before we're overrun? You can only blame your king's weakness. And thus, who deserves his crown? A man of proven strength!
How dare you, scoundrel! Your words verge on treason!
Against what ruler, Blue Blood? The dead cannot be betrayed. Let your late king's soul bear witness. Let Louis Guiabern be named the true and rightful ruler of Euchornia.
Hey, what do we...
What's happening?
Such power. It can't be.
The palace!
Could this be the king's own magic?
I am Hithlodius V.
His Majesty?
The people of my land desire a new king, and I shall provide.
Did he just say Hithlodius V? That face, it can't be. His Majesty, the king? How?
Is it him?
He was dead? Why? Be silent! Let him say his piece.
Heed me, O kingless. Time is finite before my soul departs this benighted world. In 4 moons of life past death, there shall come a reckoning, a day of the hero. Upon that day, whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
By right of kings? The faith of the citizenry? Truly?
From the lofty heavens shall my unfading soul look down upon thee, and from the whispered hopes of thine anxious hearts shall those to whom thine allegiances lie be laid bare.
What's happening?
I hear thy voices ring out in clarion truth. Here and now witness the faces of those most desired to become king.
It's Forden. Count Louise! Count Louise is there too!
They're all candidates.
Ha! What glorious spectacle! The mantle of king is mine by right and providence.
You go too far, Louis. We gather to mourn His Majesty, and you desecrate it. You would befoul the throne, blackguard.
So be it. Shall we test that? Good people, is Forden truly fit to be king? Or shall you cast off the shackles of blind faith? We need not be chained to birth or trial. In my world, we are a people equal and united. I shall be your shield from the human menace. Together, peace is within our grasp.
When my village burned, the church did nothing.
There's no way we can fight those monsters alone.
And those of us in bonds? Will we too be protected?
Don't be fooled! He's not the man you think he is!
Hey, look! Come, Louise! He's catching up to Forden!
Can the giant thing really see what we're thinking?
Louis, you've led the people's hearts astray!
No future exists without the power to eliminate the human crisis. Those who stand at my side, who oppose the powers that be, my protection is yours. Or refuse my hand and perish. I will lead us over your corpses.
You mean, just as you killed the king?
A country is heavier than a crown, and he could not bear it. Retribution past due.
You vile!
He cares nothing for the blood on his hands.
Damn you, Louis! You think you truly deserve the crown? You doom us all! I won't stand for it!
Hey, who are you?
Silence him! A Kingslayer deserves only death! I riot!
Hey!
Yes, good! You need to go too.
Where's Grius? Alcest?
I shall not suffer the defiance of my people's will. In my name art thou punished.
Punished? Impressive. One of the royal family's dog. Rather poetic, I suppose.
See how he has rewarded your loyalty.
No!
I warned you. This is the price of defiance. Though I hadn't expected the king's own magic on my side. So be it. Rally behind me. I will shield you from injustice. Rise above birth and circumstance, for they mean nothing!
Count Louis is our only
What
hope!
choice do we have? He'll kill any against him!
Not much of a choice.
Upon the day of the hero, whosoever has most earned my people's faith shall ascend upon my throne to rule, according to my judgment. Be thou criminal, pauper, or noble, thy claim is decided not by stature or trial. I shall bear witness. From this heavenly seat I am nigh omnipotent. Look to the faces carved upon this rock, and see thou the faces of the chosen. I shall brook no sabotage or obstruction of this trial. Let all hear me and obey. The damned!
Hey, Grius! Grius!
Damn it.
Louis!
Alsus.
The sun sets on old fossils. It is a new dawn, and its light shines upon Lord Louis as king.
Stand down!
Damned meddlers. So your wish is to die, is it? Your bones will be monuments to Lord Louis's glory! Ah!
No! He defiles the dead!
Ah, but Lord Louis has sent me here on an important errand.
What errand?
It seems I'll need considerable time to accumulate the Magla. Until it's done, however, I'm afraid I'll have to borrow the cathedral. The day the king's mourning ends will become the day of calamity. If you mean to interfere, then die.
Stand strong! The souls of the dead do not return. He manipulates them as puppets with foul magic!
Brace yourselves, everyone!
Yes. What is this? What the hell is this?
Stroll, get a hold of yourself. We've got company.
Pathetic. Got to stay calm. Calm. Damn it, I can't focus.
Status ailments. We love them here. So anxiety happens when they're ambushed or crits from an enemy. So they're unable to control archetype and attacks against them won't consume an enemy turn icon, among other things.
Sorry about that. I'll be all right.
Here they come. Brace yourselves.
Nice dodge! Not like they could get you with that! Keep the enemies off
By this
him.
power.
So the dead brought back to life.
Flare!
They're weak to light.
I can't. Moving to the
So
rear.
we're actually gonna move Stroll to the back,
I'll
and we're
hold
just
my
gonna
ground.
guard.
I will fight healer. Light.
I can't.
I don't think I have. No, no.
I'll save this.
I didn't
Guarding
think I did.
seems the wise move.
Stroll's anxious, and they're targeting him.
Let's go. Flare.
I shall fight as the
It's okay. By this power. Light.
You want the healer to do most of the work in this battle. Stroll's just kind of here as extra attack, I guess.
Where'd that man go? Did he take soldiers into the cathedral?
There should be a mausoleum nearby. Could you take his body there?
Yes, right away.
Take care with him, please. He was a dear friend. He gave his all for the king. For the royal bloodline. The least he deserves is dignity in death. My name is Hulkenberg. I have a question for you. That power you wield, it is not something they teach in the army. You are no ordinary soldier.
And you? You're clearly more than a guard captain.
I am a knight in the Crown's service. Commanding the guard is not my station's duty, but these are dire times.
A knight?
And you pretend at soldiery. But that matter can wait. Alsace seemed to know you.
Who is Alsace?
We'll have time for debate after we apprehend that mage. He's after the royal scepter, I'm sure of it.
The royal scepter?
Please, someone, help! Please help. I've still got family inside.
Did he trap civilians in the cathedral?
Yes, my family, and more.
I don't envy their chances if he finds them helpless.
I am honor bound as a knight to answer that plea. I would ask your aid as well, if you might give it.
Does it not tarnish the Royal Knights to enlist the aid of strangers?
I haven't the luxury of refusing able fighters.
If I turn back here, I'd never be able to face Grius. Any objections, my friend?
None that would stop you, I expect.
You know me so well already. Let's just watch out for those accursed skeletons.
Gotta hurry.
Over here!
Alright, so we gotta chase down Hulkenberg. And we will actually do that in the next episode.
No.
So, in the next episode, we will venture into the cathedral and find out where Hulkenberg is going. Thank you all for joining me for the very long cutscenes of the King's funeral, which raises a bunch of questions that don't get answered right away. They get answered later on in the game. Like, what is the royal magic? How can he manipulate the royal magic even though he's dead? Why did the protagonist react the way he did to the royal magic? What is Louis saying? There's a lot of questions that come up through that cutscene that you kind of forget about as the game progresses. But they do get answered eventually. So, we will venture on the next episode. thank you all so much for joining me for the hour-long cutscene. I will catch you in the next one.